Hey, my name's Eric. I'm making a game. The game is called The Godkiller. It's going to be here in 28 days. 28 days later from now, it will be here along with apocalyptic zombies. Maybe. There's fast zombies. It's more scary, the zombies that can run really fast. Slow zombies, shambling around. Okay, so yeah, the game. I'm working on it every damn day. Every damn day. No days off. No days off from working on the game. It's important to me. Even though it's not my source of income, I've got a day job. Get done with that day job. And I might fuck around for about 30 minutes. Maybe 45 if I'm really need just a little break, but then it's like, let's get back to it. Let's get progress made on this game. And tonight, no exception. What is left to do? Bugs. That's it. Bugs. Yesterday I fixed, last night, maybe 6 or 7 bugs. And I did a bunch of small ones where the effort was measured in minutes. It's my version of t-shirt sizing. It's more readily apparent what it means. I've never liked this thing in Agile where you say, what's the size of it? Small, medium, large, extra large? Because then you need this sort of translation key to figure out what it means. My units are the ones that we learned in grade school. Minutes, days, hours. And if I had some really lengthy tasks, then I'd go up to weeks and months. And I say if a task takes minutes, that means it's less than an hour. If it takes hours, then it's less than 1 day, but more than 59 minutes. So it's that kind of thing. Also, if I'm ever talking to an engineer and I say, about how long is this going to take? And they start going, well, it depends. It really depends, and they should do a proper estimate. I just say, well, is it going to take minutes, days, hours, weeks, or months? And that's a way to kind of get a quick guess out of somebody. Anyways, on this game, we've got several tasks that take minutes. I don't want to do those ones all the time. Last night I did a bunch because I just felt an urge to get a whole bunch of them knocked out at one time. But I should start doing some of the ones that take hours. Because one of the things I need to do is leave myself some tasks that take minutes, so that if there's some evening where my ass is just kicked from the day job, I can just grab 1 or 2 of these and I'll know I'm still on track. I'm making progress on the game, but it's like a little bit of forward movement's important. I've had forward movement every day, 574 days in a row, every single day. And part of the methodology is saving some small tasks that I can do on days when I'm just sort of exhausted with the other demands of the day, including like getting the flu or something. I'll still get some progress done on a sick day, unless I'm just married to that bed. Unless it's like lifting a finger makes that finger hurt. But that day hasn't come for me during development yet. So let's look at the ones that take not days, not minutes, but hours. Okay, quite a few. Of those, let's look at the high priority ones. Okay. So high to me means I will not ship the game with this not fixed. I just will not do it. Medium means, okay, if I have to, I will release the game with that bug present, with that work not completed. Won't like it, but I'm willing to. Low, it's like, it'd be nice if I got to it. But high has to get done. high has to get done in the next 28 days. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to make a little divider line at the end of the chat session so that I can very easily see if somebody else is adding to the chat, and that's fresh chat instead of old chat. I could clear the chat window, but I don't like to. It makes me feel good to see that some people were talking to me yesterday. Davey was talking to me. I don't know. Something a little bit comfortable about having the previous day's chat still there. All right. So I'll be honest, each one of these tasks, my immediate feeling around is a little bit, that could be kind of hard. So I gotta slap the cheeks a little bit, get tough. Let's pick one of these. One of these I could get done tonight. Make sure all the global states are working reliably. That one I could probably get done tonight. I think the thing that makes a task seem daunting is when I can't picture all the steps I'm going to take along the way to solve it. If I can just see, first I do this, then I do that, then I do this other thing, and they're all things I've done before, then it feels kind of straightforward, and it doesn't give me that feeling of malaise or fear, exhaustion. All those words are too strong, but there's actually a good term for it, coined by Stephen Pressfield in the book The War of Art, is resistance. So he chose to personify it as something, as like a force outside yourself that you have to push through. He made a little mythology around it, and I understand it's not the purpose of that mythology. It's not insisting that idea be true, but rather that you picture it in your mind that way. So resistance rises up when I look at a task and I'm not sure about all the steps that I would do to arrive at completion of the task. So thinking about this a little bit, on this one here, the steps would probably be task breakdown. I'll make this really wide. Okay, let's do this. Okay, task breakdown. It will be create a copy of the project with all but one scene stripped out and used for making builds. Try other shaders besides the just the current shader, which is I'm just trying to remember now. It was a Skybox ProcGen or something like that. It was something like that. I mean, that's one thing I could do that might fix it. I had a little bit of diagnosis, or I don't know. This guy looked at it for a little bit, Cicada. Thought about it for 2 minutes, and his hunch was it has something to do with the projector I'm using. So I have a camera that's rendering to a texture, and that texture is shown on a surface, a mesh. It doesn't reproduce inside of the editor, which is terrible. That's why the first step is here, to make a copy of the project with all but one scene stripped out, because if I'm going to test it and verify it works, the build takes over an hour. It takes over an hour to do. So if I try one thing and then make a build, and then it's like an hour goes by, and I test it out, and it doesn't work, then I can make another change and wait a whole friggin' hour. I'll die. No, I won't die. I'll just waste a lot of time. Okay. Also, I'm going to be eyeballing my phone over the next hour or so because I ordered some pizza. I hate that. I'm just going to be like, when is it here? I want the pizza to be here. So pick it up and stop fucking thinking about it. So let's bring that up. Track. They're preparing my order. It should be here by 6. Alright. So this one might take hours of work to do, but it could take much longer in actual time because of the need to make builds to test it out. So I'm going to say this is a bad candidate for tonight. I'm trying to pick something I could finish in 3 hours. And this might be the type of task that's better to kick off at the beginning of a day and work on something else while it's doing builds. Okay, what else? Pit Tower. Song attempt to load while another one was already loading. So the tricky thing about this is getting reliable repro. I've seen the problem come up maybe one time in 4, and I had to go through the level a bunch to get it to show up. So that's kind of a hard, indeterminate length first task. Or it could be really easy. Look at code for insights into what causes. So that could reduce the amount of time it takes for me to get a reproduction of the bug. But it might take a while to figure this shit out. And then once I have it being reproduced, and the fix might be a little involved. I'd be hoping for a quick fix. It has something to do with 2 songs trying to load at the same time. And I can handle it in different ways. I can make it so that the level controller very studiously does not try to start a second song while a first one is already loading. I could add like a cancellation on the first load, or more realistically, since there isn't a way to cancel the asynchronously requested load, some kind of logic which just ignores that load in progress and begins another one. Okay, this one I feel like getting the repro might be hard. But I do have enough information from the error message that was reported when it happened earlier that I can see the things that would cause the problem to occur, and I could write a general safeguard against them. This one's a pretty good candidate to do tonight. Update handling in Song Manager to be more robust. Okay, this one getting reliable repro again. This is probably going to be the tough thing. But as soon as I can see that the value isn't being saved in some condition, then I'll be able to fix the bug pretty quickly. So most of it's going to be like, what is the situation that we saw that caused this to happen? And you know, how can I test whether or not it's still doing it that way, so that when I make a fix, I'll know that I've actually fixed it. It's the thing about fixing bugs that a lot of kind of junior engineers don't get, is that if you cannot reproduce the bug, you won't know if you fixed it or not. So you keep on trying things, and you're like, oh, I think maybe that fixed it. Maybe I got it. I think I got it. Oh yeah, done. That must be it. And then you just kind of keep doing other things, and eventually the bug pops up again, and you're like, okay, I can try something else and that'll fix it. Maybe. That's not the way to fix bugs. The way to fix bugs is you figure out how to reproduce it, because that's your proof whether or not your fix is actually going to be a correct fix. Okay, so with this one, I have less confidence that I'll be able to tonight get the repro and the fix in. Okay, in the egg. Okay, this I need to do some profiling, timing to see what is hogging CPU. And it's something I've not done a lot of in Unity. I know there's this thing called the profiler. It's a lot of information. I'm not great at interpreting it usefully. And then, like, whatever is taking so damn long to load, or let's see, or try disabling, removing things, or try removing all ProBuilder scripts, and then make fixes. Make targeted fixes, optimizations. Fixes is probably the wrong word. This might be one that blossoms into a larger task. Same with all of these except for the Pit Tower song loading while another one's loading thing. So I've chosen this one to work on tonight, because I feel like I can get it done in 3 hours. I feel pretty reasonably sure I get it done in 3 hours. So I'm going to work on that. All right, let's go to the Pit Tower. It's my favorite level in the game, by the way. My very favorite. There will be a little bit of spoilers here. I mean, already there's some spoilers because you can see the level. So there's no major plot events in this level, but there is a song and a little bit of a story that's sort of self-contained in the level. It's not anything that carries over to the main arc of the story here. So for people that are worried about spoilers, you may get some kind of mild to medium spoilers on this level. Okay, so let's take a look at the level controller script for the pit tower. Close all the tabs to the left. Sometimes you just gotta close your tabs. Okay, so thinking about the songs when they play. Okay, so we've got the intro. We've got the song Chaining. I'll try one thing for a repo. I will just run through and trigger 2 events, which, no, I'm sorry, that will not be a good test, actually. So I'm guessing what happens is going to be very hard to reproduce. I'm guessing that it's one song starts playing or starts loading, and you happen to at that very moment attempt to load a second song, or actually, in terms of what the player does, the player happens to trigger the event which loads a second song. And I think I can reproduce this with just writing some contrived code. So we'll say play song with vocals. Let's go to in fact, I'll just put temporarily some code like this. Play song with vocals, and we'll do thief verse 1. Now I will have started 2 songs loading at the same time, or I think I'm going to. The second one should fail. And if I do get that same error message I saw before, I will count that as a repro. Waiting for the Unity to load the level and start it playing. Perfect. It also canceled. It canceled both loads. And that was the behavior that I saw in the bug. So I got the same error message. And I've got the same behavior inside the game. So no song played there. And we're kind of in a, I don't know if fatal state is the right word, but the functionality of the song manager seems like it can't be used again. It won't start up again. Okay, so I've got a repro. That's good. Now I need to think what should happen inside of the song manager when I put a big to-do here. To-do, delete this line and uncomment below. I gotta think about what should happen inside the song manager in this case. Attempting, what was the phrase again? No. Song already loading. What? Here. Loadable song. That's where it's at. Okay. Okay, well, the comment I made to myself is not true. I'm not sure why exactly. Okay. So I was tempted to write out like a design on how to fix it, and I realized I can't do that very well unless I understand the existing design. Now, I did write that code, but I don't remember that code. So let me walk through what actually happens. Async code is a little bit convoluted and tricky to follow at times. Okay, so there's a play song. What if I killed a couple of birds with one stone? So there's another thing I wanted to do, which was preload songs. That's intriguing, because there's some places where there's a little bit of disk delay. There's a little bit of disk delay. I'd rather it weren't there. Okay, but let me just capture that at least so I can come back to it and think about it. Do you want to solve this with preloading? So if I just said all the songs I'm going to use in the level, they're going to preload. And I don't even have to wait to start the level, and after all those assets load, I can just create some kind of load list, have the first one load, and let the other ones load in after it. And there's probably not going to be some event that happens so fast that would switch the song to the later one. that would be better for the game overall than the lazy loading stuff I'm doing. But I need to kind of put a pin in that. I wrote this down so I wouldn't have to continue thinking about it. So let's see what the function calls look like. Okay, so play song. Play song. What does it do? Then we've got loadable song. Load song. Okay. What does that do? Well, here it is right here. Loadable song has got a callback that's passed in when it's initialized. In the constructor. Set what's it? Set on load callback to whatever this guy passed in, which I do want to know. So loadable song on song loaded. Okay. Now I'm starting to remember. And I'm going to start guessing what it does, and I'll just confirm it. Onload while done. On load meta done. stores audio clip or whatever the metadata structure is. Metadata structure in loadable song members, decrements, loading count. If loading count went to 0, then call song manager on song loaded. So I know there's nothing inherently, I shouldn't say inherently, there's nothing at the Unity level that's wrong with calling multiple load asset async. Making multiple calls to load asset async from multiple resources. So that's not causing everything to cancel out. I really don't think it is anyways. So it's my logic that's causing it to cancel it out, almost certainly. Although you never know with Unity. Unity has thrown many weird black box problems to deal with. But it's better to assume it's you to begin with, and then later on I can blame Unity if it's appropriate. Okay, so let me verify that it actually does work that way. Yeah, so we're storing the audio clip. We say if loading count went to 0, we'll call the callback back in the song manager. Okay, on made it done. Similar thing. So there's a metadata structure. And I'll just give it the variable name. Okay, and some songs don't have metadata associated with them. Okay, yeah, so I had that right. So let's go back to Song Manager and we'll say on song loaded. What does on song loaded do? It takes whatever is the active song currently and changes it to the fading song. Well, I did write some code here that said, interesting, I did write some code here that was supposed to recover from this exact error. So the active song name was already set. And it was set 2 times. And I said, defensive coding here, if we get the callback for a prior load, just ignore it. Okay. So since I already wrote code that should have handled this situation, it might be worthwhile. To debug this, but I gave myself a clue in that warning message, which was the order that the songs load is not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. So what could happen No, this should deal with that. This should deal with it. Because the calls that start the load are going to set the active song name. And in that case, the order is guaranteed. And the active song name will be set to the last one that was called. Now, the order that the callbacks come in, that's different. That could be any order. And this should not depend on either order. This looks correct to me. I know some code in here is not correct, but it looks healthy so far. I don't have a bug, or I don't have a cause of a bug with what I see yet. Okay, then all the stuff for playing. Play looping, play. Maybe the easiest way to see this problem is going to be to step through it in the debugger. Okay. So it'll be 2 calls to onSong loaded. One of them should succeed. The one that matches the last song name requested should succeed, but it's not. So, why not? Let's find out. Checking on my pizza. Just had a few bites of this plain yogurt, unsweetened plain yogurt, and it tasted really good. Weird. I didn't think I liked that, but it's actually pretty good. There we go. Okay. So the first one I think that gets called, well, who knows? Like I said, they can come in any order. This is the intro, and this should not be the active song name. So let's see if it returns as expected. Yeah, I didn't really need to step into that. Okay, is active song name. It returned, okay. It does kind of feel like somehow the second one did not load. Did not start loading. Okay, well, that's good information. So let's go a little bit earlier back. Oh, also, I suppose just to be complete, onSong loaded. If song that completed loading has a name that doesn't match active song name, then ignore it. Otherwise, init some stuff and play the song. Okay, so there's that. Just looking at my stuff here. I think this call or load song, or it's not load song that I want to check, it's play song or play song with vocals. Okay, so play song with this one right here. There's a stop song at the beginning. That's something to consider too. So stop song is going to fade out the active song. Let me just set a breakpoint here. And play and see what happens. So this one I think is the intro. Let's take a look at stop song because it may be part of this problem here. So we say if nothing's playing, there's nothing to do. Cool. Makes sense. On the second call, I'll look at that in more depth because there should be an active song playing at that, or active song specified at that point. Okay. Load in the events. Okay, active song, bam. Okay. So I'll hit play, and I think the next breakpoint will probably be right here again. Yep, I'm right. Okay, now this will be verse 1. Then we go in to stop the song, which it's not playing yet. It's not playing yet. It's just loading at this point. But, okay. So active metadata will get set later on after the song loads, I believe. I think that was part of the setup in the callback. But I do like that it's canceling out of here quickly for the second one because there isn't actually anything playing. There are some variables set. So these speech events are there too, though. That's another thing. Because in theory, you could load the first song with speech events, start the second song that doesn't have speech events, and these speech events would persist. So just let's remember. Let me take a look at this other stuff. Is there anything else that really needs to be set? Karaoke. Okay, karaoke player will be shown in the from previous song, which should be cleared. In this case, that will not be true. But this active speech events does need to go up top above this line. I'm not going to make that change now. This is correct to ignore because we don't need to fade if nothing's playing. But the active speech events does need to move up. So that's not part of the bug I'm trying to solve, but I do see where it could cause a different bug. They're on the way with the pizza. I don't even want to eat the pizza this early. My wife is super hungry. I did get myself a few snacks. I might bring it up here and munch on a little bit. Okay. So now, where is my next thing that I want to check out? I think. What was it? What was the thing I saw on the other side? Now I'm forgetting what I saw when I was previously checking the callback on song loaded. Let me refresh my memory. What I saw was there was no second callback. That's what I saw. So this current execution going into here is of great interest to me. Okay. Oh, maybe, oh, well, no. My previous comments were correct. So if I call play song with vocals after another call to play song with vocals, it'll overwrite the active speech events. But if the second song did not have vocals, it was just a play song, then active speech events would still be there for the first one. So the comment I put in bothering me.text still stands. Okay, so now we've set the active song name. And here's the code to start loading. The first one. Okay, and then I'm interested in this. There might be a failure that I'm not looking at that happens here. I guess I'll take a look at this too. Okay, nothing failed there. Nothing failed there. Loading count will be greater than 0. It'll be 2, I believe. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now I get it. It's this whole loading count thing. Because what's happening, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. This number is too simple on its own to figure out when this onload WAV done should be fired off. And I'm lucky, by the way, in my testing that the songs are coming in the order that they did, because if they came in, if the async loads went the other direction, then this code would probably work. So the order that the two songs, the two WAV files get loaded is actually important, and the meta files. So if I use this to load 4 things, the callback is only going to call after the 4th thing has been loaded, and it's going to call with the data that came in for that particular where files came in last. If it doesn't match what was expected in the callback, then nothing will play. So this logic is just, I understand now why the logic is wrong. Got it. Let me write it out, because it helps me get my thoughts crystal clear. And I'll just get rid of all these breakpoints. You're going to say return, and you will not call a second time. I understand why. Okay, so coming back to here. The problem is when loadable song, when one instance of loadable song is used to load multiple songs, you can't predict which song's data will be present in members of instance after all async loading has completed. So in some cases, the active song name won't match the last loaded song, and that is passed to on song loaded. Loaded callback. And in that case, no song will play. Okay. Another use case that will cause trouble. The expected song will load last, but the metadata for the other song will be used and not match it. So this class is totally not able to load multiple songs, and it shouldn't even pretend it can, or I should fix it so it can, something like that. OnSong loaded also is not inside of loadable song, it's in Song Manager. Okay, so that is a good understanding of the problem. Question is, how do I want to fix it? I feel like there's going to be multiple ways this could be done, so it's time to make a little pocket design here. Rex. Can call load song or load song with vocals multiple times. I'll say in one frame. And last song requested. Yeah, okay, multiple times without waiting for earlier for any song to finish loading. And the last song requested will be played. Okay. Nice. Preloading. Nice. Cancel, async. Nice mean. It's not a requirement, but if we can figure out a solution for these things, it's good. And I don't know if I want to bite that off tonight, but cancel earlier requests. That's one to maybe look up in the Unity docs. Can I cancel? Can I cancel an async request? Can I reliably cancel? I mean, it doesn't help at all if it's like, you can maybe cancel it, but if it's gotten to a certain point, you won't be able to. Let me just see if there's, that could be a real simple fix if it's available. All my achievements in the game, look at them, they all work. All these achievements work. Okay, let's go do something else. cancel load asset async. I think I might have got the, yeah, that one. Looks like that guy got crickets when he asked his question. They came up with a janky workaround. This is a type of functionality that often does not get implemented. And I don't say that in a gripey way. Just saying, a lot of times it's just people don't implement it because it's a little bit hard. Sometimes it's impractical. So let's see, async operation handling. Like, for example, if you make a request to a web URL, no, I don't need to go off on that tangent. Never mind. That doesn't help me at all. Now, if somebody was actually asking me about that, then it would be worthwhile to explain it. But nobody is. I'm pretty much here by myself, and there are going to be maybe viewers of this video later that might be amused or enlightened by something I say, but let's set a high threshold for that. I'll try to have something more worthwhile to say before I go off on a tangent. Okay, this doesn't look like something that is included. I don't think there's anything. It says custom operations. No. All right, I'm going to use the assumption that there's no cancel. I'll load asset async. Because I don't see it. I do not see it. Okay. So I'll even take this off the nice. Okay, solution number one. In fact, I might even do this a little bit different. Number three. I'll say the gist of the idea. Preloading. Loadable song can only be used for one song at a time. It does have a let's see. It does have a reset or cancel thing that lets it be reused for a second load if one is in progress. Ooh, that's probably clean and simple right there, to be honest. That will probably do it. Number two, loadable song can be used for multiple songs. Somehow I have my doubts that that's tenable. Preloading. Preloading, what would that be? Preloading, write a song preloader, a new song preloader class. It takes all the songs you know a level may need and starts loading them in sequentially specified order. This one I kind of like. It's more ambitious. Let me see what that class design would look like. Song preloader. So the thing this would get me is no half-second delay before a new song starts. I'm a little worried too when I later on make a port over to console land that the disk storage is going to be even slower. And those little chunky delays and frame drops are going to be uglier. Okay, so the way it would work is maybe it's mono behavior. If it is mono behavior, then that would allow me to, in the editor, specify the songs that preload. Let's say for now it's not. So we could do this, add song, and then you'd say song name, has vocals, is looping. No, you don't have to say is looping. Okay. This is maybe not bad. And as soon as you add the song, it starts. Let's see. Okay. Adds. Anyways, I can kind of see multiple ways it could be done, but it will immediately start the async, the load acid async call, which begins loading the acid in. And then the callback is going to update some structures, and structures are going to be able to say per song which ones are currently loaded and which ones are not. Okay. So we'll say also get song, get loaded song. In fact, this can be load song. Okay. This can be song name. And I could either return like a class that has the audio clip and the all the metadata stuff and all that, or I could do out variables here. Honestly, I could use loadable waves. I could just use them so that they only load one at a time. So this feels like something that could blossom into kind of a large task, but it would be really nice once it's implemented. Also, I could do number 1 and use loadable song in number 3 later. So this could just be load song all it does is, okay, you got loadable song, list loadable songs. I think it should be probably bootable. In that case, I also want clear songs. Okay, this could return loadable song. This could be actually dictionary, string, loadable songs. Okay. This is getting kind of simple, to tell you the truth. This is songs, clear. This is pizza's almost here. Okay, in just a moment, it's going to be like a little wall noise. And that means I got to get that food down there. So instead of waiting for that noise to happen and it taking me out of my flow, I'm just going to go down and go meet the driver, get the pizza, and get that over with, bring it back up. Feed my hungry wife, maybe grab a little snack to bring back up here. I'm going to be back in probably 2 minutes. All right. got some nachos here. Gonna munch a little bit as I work on this. I'm so into this that just even on my little trip downstairs to go to the door, grab some pizza boxes and other garbage food and bring it upstairs, and the whole time I'm like just thinking about this problem. The conclusion I came to while I was coming up the stairs is, okay, this preloading stuff is cool. And I think it is compatible with the existing loadable song code I've got. But let's shelve it. Let's get loadable song working with option number 1. And then later on I can add song preloader if I got time. If I got time. So it's going to be number 1. Do I already have something in loadable song? It just says, is it already loading? I do not. Okay. I think honestly what I need inside of here is some kind of mask on the song name that gets set. A filtering mask. When this comes back, we've got the name of the audio clip. The audio clip name doesn't match this filtering mask, then don't do anything with that. Don't increment the loading count. Don't decrement the loading count. Don't call the callback. Just exit without doing it. Don't store the result. Okay. So a way to do that would be pretty simple, is we just say this is stored in global variable. I need to be able to take, not global, but object variable. I need to take something in this object that's returned that has the name of the asset being loaded and say, does it match what we're expecting? If not, just don't do anything with it. Return. We'll wait for another callback. And that's probably going to fix it. All right, now I got to pee. I'll be right back. Oh, I had it on the status screen the whole time, I think. I was just talking just now. Oh, no, I went away to use the restroom. That's what happened. Okay. Okay, so... I don't think this is that hard. Let me just set the breakpoint again, and I'll see what this looks like. Because I'm not sure if it's going to keep the whole path in there. It's going to keep part of it. So I don't know what the string matching is yet. I don't even know if it's going to populate correctly. So I want to just test that and see what it actually returns in that object. I can check against to see if it's what I want or not. There we go. Okay. Debug name, just the fact that it's got debug there means I shouldn't use that. Internal op. Just the fact that it's got internal in the name means I shouldn't use it. But let's take a look anyways. Okay, it's got this debug name thing again. Location. Yeah, like if you use this, then that's the type of thing that breaks in the next version of Unity. Debug uses, that's the kind of thing that breaks in a production build. I would have liked location name to be populated, but it's not. Result, there's a toString on this that's given me the song name. If I open up result, it is an audio clip. And it's correct to open up this result as an audio clip and take a look at stuff in there. There's a name, thief first one. That can be used to match against. Let's look on the metadata side, because I have no idea what that's going to look like. Okay. It's a text asset. Result. Looking at result again. Is there a name? There is. Okay. So, in this one, it's going to be the song name with .meta added to it. Okay. So that's my answer. Those two values are what I'm going to filter on. It occurs to me that I haven't had a good nachos in a long time. I don't know if it's because I've been picking the wrong nachos or my tastes have changed. But yeah, this nacho is not like real inspiring or anything. Okay, I feel like this is not going to be hard. It's bad luck to say that, but so let's call this string wave name. Let's see. Match wave name. Match meta name. Okay. And for this, say match maiden name equals song name plus point meta. Match wave name equals song name. Okay. In fact, here, the callbacks will still be called for that load, but they won't match against the more recent asset loads initiated above. And then we just change this to be loading count equals 2. Load both the WAV and meta assets. Two equals WAV plus meta assets. Okay, so on load WAV done, we say if obj result, result name not equal match wave no match WAV name, then just return. Just give up. Oh. If our result name equals match made not equals match made a name, we return. Okay. And this probably makes it safe. Probably. There was one other thing that I made a comment on that I should do. In Song Manager, when you stop the song, we want to get rid of any speech events.
plain. Yeah, basically I did some complicated reasoning and I don't want to have to redo it again. So that's why I put that comment there. Okay. These nachos don't taste good to me, but I'm very hungry. But I'm just going to put away the nachos because they're not that good. I'm making a note that I'm probably not a nacho guy right about now. Because I've had nachos from a bunch of places this year and I just didn't get joy out of any of them. Okay, that might be a fix. That might be a fix. I think I am interested in stepping through the code in the debugger one time. I want to see like these guys I don't know why is it okay, or all, I don't know what's your problem. Save, come over here, let it do the full build compilation thing. Come on. That's how Michael Jackson used to pronounce his words. Come on. Okay, are you done? Cool. Now does it work? Yes, okay. So it's like it wasn't properly built, so it didn't allow me to set the breakpoint there. Okay, let's clear this so I can see what the fuck's going on. Hit play. I think I'm going to finish this by 7, and that'll be a little bit early to knock off, so I might pick up like 1 or 2 small bugs after this. Okay, match wave names. So it can be thief intro intro.meta. Yeah, okay. Then let's hit play, see where the breakpoint comes next. I think the next place it'll come is right here again. Yes, makes sense, because in the calling code it hasn't it hasn't yet dropped out of the on update and let execution go back into whatever the Unity framework needs to start processing the loading. At least I get the impression that this load is not running on a multiple thread, running on a separate thread at this time. For one reason, in the debugger, there's no evidence of that happening. Okay. So this is the first one, and that means the loading count's already at 2. We're just going to set it to 2 again, redundantly. The next things to get hit should be down here, and there should be 2 on unload web done, 2 on unload made it done. This is how I keep myself from falling asleep and missing things while I'm debugging, is I constantly make assertions about what I think should be true before I see what actually happens, and then I'll know when something unexpected happens. Okay, so I don't know which of the 2 loaded first. I do know that match meta name will be set to verse1.meta, thief verse1.meta, right? And this name, it could be either of the two. There's no guarantee of order. In this case, it is the one that doesn't match. So that is going to not be part of the callback or decrementing the loading count. Okay. This one. Still, the match WAV name is thief verse1. Makes sense. The name here could be either of the two. This one does match. So it's an interesting case where the first two that came in were not, one matched and one did not. Okay, so the audio clip is loaded. Our loading count is decremented to 1. Okay, if I hit play again, either of these two might be the next one up. Okay, match meta name. It's not going to be intro, it's going to be verse 1. And this one, I think, same thing. Yeah, so this one is a match. We didn't have a match on meta before, now we do. Metadata gets set. Loading count is now down to 0. And there will be one more call made to unload WAV done, but it'll just be ignored with the return because it won't match. There are some weird kind of race conditions I can imagine. Like say you start a call to load like a third song and it was the same as the first song. Then maybe depending on the exact timing you might have might be good to require an explicit cancel. But if I do an explicit cancel, the trouble is I cannot cancel the callback. The callback does need to execute. I can't stop it. I can't stop the callback from being executed. I can only change the behavior of the callback when it's called. So that, like, the absolutely safest thing to do to the point of paranoia would be to refuse to load a second song with the instance until all the callbacks had concluded for the first load. But that's not very performant, I could say that. My feeling is that the potential race conditions are so edge casey that this is going to be safe. If it were not, if I find later on there's an issue, it's going to be resolved by the preloader, because the preloader is going to say in a way that's independent of demands that all the songs that the level needs will be loaded. Just boom, 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 boom. They're all going to get loaded. So instead of overthinking the potential race conditions here, I can give myself a safety net later on with the preloader. But I do suspect that there are some kind of weird infrequent edge cases here. Now we get to say the song's loaded. Okay. I kind of hate it when I go into this code. Alright, let's just hit play. Okay, and there's the last call to onload WAV done. And it gets rejected. There we go. So this is actually a pretty good level to just test everything in general. I will turn off the breakpoints. I'll just play through the level for a little bit. Make sure everything's working as expected. Let's come back to the pit tower. This passes now. It does play verse 1, which is exactly the behavior I wanted. So let's put this back how it was. This totally looks like a fixed bug. I will go over here and see if I got any junk in the console that's unexpected. I'm resisting the urge to eat that crappy nacho. I shouldn't say it's the nacho's fault. It could be my fault that I don't like it. It's the thing I keep trying to put into my head is just to be more open-minded about things and less angry about people and things and systems, and it's tough. It's tough. The pattern is I see something that I think is really stupid and unnecessary. You know, why does anybody fix these potholes? You know, that kind of thing. But when you look into these situations, like the enemies disappear and you just kind of see systems that produce results that we don't really want. Is there somebody that's going out into the road with a crowbar and hacking away potholes in that ground? Is somebody, it's their job to fix the potholes? It's their literal job that they're getting paid for, and their boss says, go fix some potholes, but they just fuck around all day and don't fix potholes? No. Neither of those two things are going to be true. It's going to be budget buckets and people didn't vote for enough money to go into it and stuff like that. Okay. I mean, potholes is kind of a cliche. Another one that gets me is mustard squeeze bottles. Because it used to be you get jars of mustard. And that fell off in the 90s. But a squeeze bottle is better than a jar for the first, say, half of the experience. So you just grab that bottle and go, it's all over your sandwich. Nice, simple, quick, and easy. And it's less work than getting a knife and like digging around the jar. But then the mustard starts separating in there, and you can't really easily get in there to fix that. And then the last maybe 20%. Anyways.
Hey, Chief, you see a thief? Thief's here, sir. You best believe. Thief don't lock, no, just steals your block, so keep it on lock. You'll watch it like a hawk crow. block. Feel her rising, surprising, doing her devising. D, don't got it. H, I got it. I don't got it. E, I got it. F for 5. Going in F. Chief, I got it. She's got a plan, but so do we. Gonna stand right here, wait and see. When she comes up the stairs, look at how she fares. Cross the grass, knock her ass, that's how it would be. D, don't got it. H, I got it. I don't got it. E, I got it. F for 5. Going in F. Chief, I got it. Hey crew, what do you do? If it looks like she's smarter than you, stay tight, don't lose sight. We're here to fight, stomp the mouths in our house and watch you. D, don't got it. H, I got it. I don't got it. E, don't got it. F for 5. Going in F. Chief, I got it.
Not really. Let's see.
Hear those creeping up sounds. Yeah, she's around. She got the blocks, all but one, but we're not done. Gonna be cracking, assacking. We are attacking. Stay alert, bring the huts down fun. D, don't got it. H, I got it. I don't got it. E, don't got it. F for 5. Going in F. Chief, I don't got it.
I'm trying to hit certain thresholds if I can. So I'm listening to this song and I'm trying to pick out the moment where it might make sense to test out another load. Also, I'm kind of lost in my thoughts a little bit. Got him all right. Yeah, they're all outside. There's the F down there. There might be like a check to see if it goes down to the ground. I don't think that there is. That's H. Okay.
Is it up here? That's F. Where's E? Where's E? Okay, there it is. Okay. I do not like that I missed the last verse. Should have played the last verse. I think the level control logic is probably a little messed up there. So let me just take a look. It's going to be a hard one to reproduce too. Start next verse. Okay, so you get the board change. And most blocks outside is less than block count. What happens when it is block count? Gross. Okay. So this, most blocks outside, less than blocks count. Block count is going to be 5. So it's going to be versus 0 base 0 through 4. Okay. So you come down here. Here's the issue. Okay, here's the issue. Verse 4 was still playing while I knocked the last block out. So because of that, it came down to here and it said, well, we're just going to skip that. We're going to skip that verse. But I need some extra logic to handle this. Ideally what happens is verse 4, or if we're 0 based, verse 3 finishes playing, and then let's see. Verse 4 finishes playing, then it starts playing the final verse, which is the guy being sad about all the blocks being gone. So maybe what I could do, say, else if blocks outside equals block count. This will just chain, let's see, song manager, S chain song, and the chain will be songs, thief, verse 5. It will not loop, false. Okay. Important for the last verse to be heard. So wait for current verse to finish, then play last verse. I mean, it's got a funny little part in it, and it concludes the story of the level. I don't want it to be skipped. The other ones, they're skippable enough. Okay. So I'm trying to remember what happens if I chain a song while another one was already chained. Because they would have played verse 4 and they would have chained the between verses song. Say they is me. I would have done that. Yeah, I just override the chain. It's cool. It doesn't like double chain or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to test that. So the key thing is that after I've got the fourth song, the fourth verse playing, I just very quickly knock out the fifth block and I see if it actually chains. I'll do this sort of cinematically. Maximize on play. I'll even turn up the music a little bit. Waiting for it to load. One thing that makes it feel better is if you make the infinity sign with your mouse pointer while it's loading. It's like you're saying, I don't care, this could take forever. I'm not impatient. It could take infinity. I don't care. I'm still happy. Let's play with the joystick.
Fellas, something ain't right. I smell a guest with no invite. Hey, Chief, you see a thief? Thief's here, sir. You best believe. Thief don't lock room, just steals your block, so keep it on lock. You'll watch it like a opera.
Just now switch to the between verse loop.
got it. F for 5. Called in F. Chief, I got it. She's got a plan, but so do we. Gonna stand right here, wait and see. When she comes up the stairs, look at how she fares. Cross the grass, knock her ass, that's how we be. D, I got it. A, show got it. I don't got it. E, I got it. F for 5. Called in F. Chief, I got it. Hey, crew, what do you do if it looks like she's smarter than you? Stay tight, don't lose sight. We're here to fight. Stomp the mouse in our house and wipe the shoe. T, I got it. A, show got it. I don't got it. E, don't got it. F for 5. Called in F. Chief, I got it.
Alright, this is it. This is where I test it.
Hear those creeping up sounds. Yeah, she's around. She got the blocks, all the one, but we're not done. Gonna be cracking and sacking. We are attacking. Stay alert, bring the hurt. It's time for fun. T, don't got it. A, show got it. I don't got it. E, don't got it. F for 5. Called in F. Chief, I don't got it.
There we go. Fixed it.
Blackness must admit, I sure as shit. The floor's so empty. Leaving here is tempting. Moving fast, she's faster. Her entrance a disaster. Our strategy and tactics need a little practice. She stole.
Oh, it's playing looping. Did I accidentally set looping on it?
Blackness must admit, I sure as shit. The floor's so empty. Leaving here is tempting. Moving fast, she's faster. Her entrance a disaster. Our strategy and tactics need a little practice. She stole our blocks. She stole our blocks.
It restarted, but it did not. It's not playing looping. There's some other logic. There's some other logic that will play that verse. It's like I already thought to include this other logic. Maybe for the same reason, but I forgot this. What is playing it? Play verse. That. Start next verse. I should probably just use the same start next verse. This will be blocks outside. But that's not going to explain the problem I just saw. Song name equals verse number 5 minus 1. Okay, good. Okay, who all is calling this? Really? Just 2 places, huh? Just these 2 places, that's it. Okay, is there any other calls that go around it, like song manager? On state change, we'll play the intro. There's just these 2 locations. Okay. Since this one can only play the intro, I know that code's not responsible. So it has to be a call to start next verse, and there's only 2 calls to it. They're right here. So all the logic to fuck up is right here. All the logic to set this incorrectly. You didn't set this value. That's what it is. So then my question is it correct I think it is correct to have this only happen inside of here if I'm going to play. Let's also put this down here. It seems like what happens is it doesn't skip over verses. It will have this get called again later when the board changes. And it will set this up to the higher value after the next verse plays. That seems kind of good enough. I think this fixes that problem with the double play. I'm going to go test it out one more time. Yeah, I think it will fix it. I think it will. All that time for the build. And then, for some reason, it's got to do a whole bunch of work when I hit the play button too. I don't know what it's doing though. It might be doing valuable things. Okay, I'm going to try to rush through this as fast as I can. So leave that one there.
Fellas, something ain't right. I smell a guest with no invite. Hey, Chief, you see a thief? Thief's here, sir. You best believe. Thief don't lock, no, just steals your block, so keep it on lock, yo, watch it like a hawk crow. blocks, not yours. That's how this life goes. Slipping when she's creeping, yeah. Don't lose a block. Feel her rising, surmising, doing her devising. T, I got it. A, show. I don't got it. E, I got it. F, for 5. Got in F. Chief, I got it. She's got a plan, but so do we. Gonna stand right here, wait and see. When she comes up the stairs, look at how she fares. Cross the grass, knock her ass, that's how we be. T, I got it. A, show got it. I don't got it. E, don't got it. F, for 5. Got in F. Chief, I don't got it. Hear those creeping up sounds, yeah, she's around. She got the box, all the one, going under.
Oh, shit. So the way I wrote it just now...
Darkness must admit, I show a shit. The floor's so empty, but living here is tempting. When we fast, she's faster. Her entrance a disaster. Our strategy and tactics need a little practice. She stole our blocks. She stole our blocks.
Okay. So when I did the start next verse thing, I forgot that I'm not playing it immediately. I'm chaining it. So it was actually better how I had it before. Chain song, I think it's with... Whoa. Whoa. What happened there? With vocals. I can do that, right? Wait, can I chant a song with vocals? Do I even have that? I don't think I've ever done that before. Chain a song with vocals. I don't want to play the song without vocals because what that does is there's no lip animation, no subtitles. I would have to add more variables here to track. I'm going to do it how I've got it now. It's not bad at all. And it kind of makes sense. It might be a little bit of sour grapes here, but it kind of makes sense because whatever that guy is on about in the current verse, it's suddenly become moot by the fact that all the blocks are gone. So instead of him like saying, hey, 4-1, 4-2, what 3, and all this stuff, like, you should just kind of give up right then anyways. It's like, it's concluded. So it's maybe better that he stops singing and just goes to the last verse, the defeat verse. Okay. I'm also seeing the wisdom of how I wrote one part of this, which is, yeah, it'll play the next verse if you've got another block outside, but it will skip over verses if you knocked multiple blocks out in the middle of one verse, because otherwise it would just be queued up for so long. So this seems pretty good. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to call that one fixed. I fixed two here. I fixed one that I intended to fix. Medium-sized bug. I did it in a nice way. It's like not a hack. And then I found another bug and I fixed that one too. No dev days left. Let's see. 27.5 is how I'm counting. Counting weeknights as half a day. Okay. So I've got a little buffer here, which is good. Okay, so then let's filter on this again. Let's clear the filter on these. Let's clear the filter on effort. Because I do remember some other pit tower bugs. There's at least one that I think I have not seen on this last playthrough. I'm gonna mark it as done if it's still here. Yeah, this one. This is the one that I did not see at all, and I'm pretty sure it's gone. Okay, done. All right, let's just do like one more little one. School blocks, shimmering decorations along east lower edge of wall need to be deleted. That's the one I'll get. The Unity initial position of the camera is always so fucked up. Why wouldn't they just keep whatever your last position was when you had the scene open? Why would they not do that? Okay, so over here there's like this little bit of shimmer along the edge, and that needs to go. I'm kind of curious how I got it though. I think it's... No? Okay. Alright, I thought it was maybe some slightly bad geometry setup that I began with, but no, that wasn't it. Oh boy, this thing is just all the way over here. Terrible. Terrible. As Cleveland Brown would say. Terrible. Terrible. Okay. This is gonna be a little laborious, if I'm honest. Not hard, but kind of repetitive.
It's like planting. It's like weeding a garden. That's what it's like. My beautiful garden, I don't want weeds in it. I think there is code that I could use to do this faster, but writing that code is probably a bad investment. So that would make it an hour's task instead of a minute's task. Yeah, I'm actually making okay time on this. It's not going to be so bad. Now you could say, here's all the items here. Why don't you just delete them all inside that? The trouble is, mixed in with these ones I want to delete are ones that are legit. So I need to really pick it out in the scene to know I'm getting the right thing. Then you could say, why don't you just hide all the objects that are not the ones that you're trying to delete, and then you can do a square rectangular selection thing over them. Just get them all and just do one delete. Other times when I've tried to do that, I end up accidentally deleting things I didn't want to. That tool is it's easy to grab something you don't want and delete it. And to verify that you haven't grabbed something that you don't want, you have to kind of evaluate your selection by moving the camera all over it and looking at it from different angles. And guess what? That's exactly what I'm doing here. It's the same type of activity. Going to the point in space where I expect something to be and verifying that's what I'm deleting. And that's all the same activity. So it doesn't actually save me time to do that. I don't know. What would be the right way to do this? Like, if I was going to have a whole bunch of this work at the beginning of a project I knew about, I could look for a condition where, boy, this is tough. I mean, it'd be wonderful to have like something that just automatically detected Z-fighting for you wherever it happened. But Z-fighting can be kind of ambiguous. Or I should say, the code that displays the rendered mesh is on the graphics card. And it may do things that are slightly different than what you'd predict by looking at the data that's available on the CPU. So one video card may not have any Z-fighting here at all. A different one may have a slightly different way of rendering and have Z-fighting. Another way I could do it, if I was writing kind of an advanced way of detecting these kinds of problems, is look at my logical data structures for the level, which differ from the scene geometry, and say, I know that if
there is a wall here, there should not also be a decoration here in this square. So in my logical data structures, all the objects are not represented as being in XYZ coordinates with high granularity. They're represented as being inside of one square is the wrong word. Cuboid, I guess, but that's not a real commonly used word. Three-dimensional square. And it's like 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So that would make some sense, but that is an hours project. A project that takes hours. Days, I don't think it takes days, but it definitely takes hours. Okay, let's see. I think I might have gotten them all, but let me look around for other grossness. Yeah, there's some stuff that I just don't need it to be here. It'll never be seen. Yeah, that's good. We'll take out that. Because this is just geometry that maybe slightly, very slightly slows performance. Yeah, we can get rid of it. Sure, why not? Okay, no, that's legit. That's all legit. That's legit. Ooh, I see some more shimmer over there. I kind of wonder. Oh, I know why this got created. I know why it got created. Because I was trying to be clever and take the colliders, or not the colliders, but the ray casting mask off these exterior walls, because they're a little bit like background scenery, but they actually do touch. They actually do touch the active part of the level. They're not just scenery. But while they were in that sort of treat these as scenery, not really real or affecting the active play area, while they were in that mode, I ran my decorator. The decorator interpreted this as the edge of a cliff and put the edge tiles there to decorate the edge. But there was no edge. So it put the decorations going through these walls that were originally meant like to be scenery walls, but actually need to affect the play area. So then when I turned... Anyways, that's how I fucked that up. And this was not a hard task. It did take minutes. It took about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. I can't remember when I started. Okay. Done. Just zooming out to look for fuck ups. Larger scale, like if I delete a big object. Nope. Okay. $737. Wonder, since I don't have much time left, I might fuck around with this spreadsheet a little bit. I would like to get like a formula that gives me the count of visible rows, count of visible rows. Yeah, exactly that one.
Oh, maybe that's the simple way. So you have to select all the visible rows. This is 24.4 and all that. Okay, let's go here. Sum 3. Oh, it's taking a sum of this for some reason. For some reason. When you say no pun intended, it doesn't matter. As soon as you realize that you made a pun, the crime has been committed. To truly be innocent of making a pun, you have to not be aware that you've made it. So, what? Count 163. I don't think there's 163 things here. And there's less than 73. Count numbers 32. That might be true. That might be the number of rows. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, ended on 48, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, that is the number. Okay. So that can tell me how many bugs I've got left. It would be nice to have a little formula down below that says bugs left, 32. Let me see if there's something like that. Yeah, there has to be a better way, right? Subtotal. All right, let me try that. Subtotal. What's the 103? Subtotal 103, A3A? What's 103? Well, I'll just look up the Google Sheets documentation for subtotal. Calculating subtotals for lists of data. Calculate metrics filtered. Okay. Subtotal function code is a number that determines what operation the subtotal function. Oh, bizarre. So 103 is like a magic number. What is count A? I'll just try it. Okay. let's just do A1, 2, A73. Now there's an issue that if I add a row underneath, it may not catch it. But so this said 33, and before it said 32. I think the reason is that I counted the header up here, which is on the first row. So let's fix this to be A2. There we go. And then I'll move this to right. There we go. So I can use this to see basically how many are left to do. That's not bad, because I had a number up around 70 something before, and then now it's down to 32. So that's all good. 7:45, is there just one little thing? I don't want to go past 8. I don't want to. Is there one that I know I can get done in 15 minutes? Well, let's filter by minutes again. I'm going to run out of these. The revised fling controls don't play nice with M before she eats the apple. Holding shift while she is moving will stop her entirely. Let me see if that's still true, because I totally redid the controls. There, I play on this guy. I'm going to turn the volume off because there's story spoilers, big ones in this one. I think I would have to go to a different level to see it though. Okay. Let's go to Paradise. Welcome to Paradise. Welcome, 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 welcome to Paradise. Welcome to Paradise. Let me see, can I do it? Can't do the voice like Martin Beadle did though. Welcome to Paradise. Welcome to Paradise. Paradise. Hello. I am God. You are M. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. Love Martin's voice in this. It's really good. Okay. It does stop it. It continues to stop it. Now, is that really a bad thing, though? I mean, with the controller, it kind of feels nice. Sort of like, oh, I've got an option to just stop right here if I want. But on the other hand, it's not useful.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's okay. It is okay.
Your hands?
I am God.
What is this place? Did I die?
Yes, you died.
This is heaven?
No,
Hell?
it is someplace new. Made.
Okay. It's there. I'm agreeing with the bug reporter that it's not ideal. And I think I'm going to try to fix it. And I think I can do it in 11 minutes. So the issue is it's returning a fling. However, fling is unavailable. It's been disabled. So maybe like a nice way to fix this maybe an easy way to fix this is convert the fling command to a walk command. Where is the thing where it disables the fling? Let's see, where is that put at? Set fling disabled. It's on the player piece. Okay. So if player piece, can I have a player piece? Player piece. No, I don't have it. Where am I at? What probably makes more sense I should go through and do my to-dos at some point as well. Okay. So I've got two options. One is I can pass up our flings disabled up to get command. The other one is I can let get command do whatever it wants to do normally and convert a fling to a walk if I get it. I think it's more correct to pass up the modal thing to game input, whether flings are enabled or not. So I'm going to do that. And for that to work well, I should set a variable I just don't like that. Okay, let's do player piece. I'll set player piece. Okay. Board. So where's board set? Start. Players S, da, 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 da. Board right here. Okay. Player piece equals board get player piece. Okay, now that I've set this, I want to find every place it is currently calling this and just there's 3 places where it's doing that. Okay, where is the other one? Cool. Okay, do I need to this? Do I need to this? It's not. Oh. That's why. Okay. So, get command are flings disabled. Okay. And then here we pass in bool are flings disabled. Just follow the syntax errors. Oh, the update func. Wait a minute. Update for plane level. Does not need this here. It's not a static method, so we've got player piece or get fling. Fuck. Is fling disabled? Okay. Fling disabled. Okay, that's what it is. Let's just pop a little bubble wrap here. Okay, is fling disabled? Come back to here. Okay. You're complaining about get command? Yeah, you are. Okay. So now I just gotta fix get command. Is fling disabled? So, okay. Say. Good way to do this is probably we say not is fling disabled and then this will always be false if this comes in as fling disabled. I think that does it. I think that fixes it. Let me try. I got 3 minutes left on the clock. I don't want to go into overtime. I got a wife and vodka and pizza downstairs. Movies. And couches. It's getting down to couch time here on Friday night. It's what a middle-aged man lives for is a couch, a good couch. Food and a couch. No parties. Okay, we'll go to a party every once in a while, but they're kind of inconvenient, to be honest. Nothing beats the party that you make in your own house with the people you love and are comfortable with being around all the time. Nothing beats that party for me. Okay, come on. I just want to see. I just want to see it. Let's go. Let's play it. Okay. Okay. Nothing broke. There, I press the button. It does not change. It does not change the walking behavior when you press the button. Let me do the keyboard. Same thing.
It's okay. It is okay.
Okay.
Your hands?
I am God. You are M.
What is this place? Did I die?
Yes, you died.
This is heaven?
No,
No.
Hell?
it is someplace new, made for you.
I died. How did I?
Welcome to your paradise.
This is... I don't get it.
Stay forever, M. All will be provided. I ask but one thing.
Uh-huh.
Never go to the room east of here.
Which way is east?
But if you do go there, do not eat the apple of infinite travel. Stay, and I will tell you something. The story of John.
Sure.
John begat John Jr. of Mary, and John Jr. begat. The apple will make you too powerful. You won't like it. Far and fast you will travel with the apple.
That sounds good.
It's too much power for you. Probably.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Now I'm checking, now that Fling has been activated, that it works as previously.
You must.
Working like a champ. Okay, done. Oh, 2 minutes over, but only because I was being self-indulgent with my testing. The bug was definitely fixed before 8 o'clock. So I'm going to call it a stream. I'm going to stop the stream right here. And tomorrow I'm going to work on high priority days bugs. The bugs that take potentially days to fix. This is the start of the weekend. It's a good time to get into those. Alright. If anyone's lurking, glad to have you lurking. Stop in the stream. Have a good night or day or morning. See ya.